That's good. It's kind of a good lead up tonight for our topic, which is good. We're going to talk about the mindset, the motivation, the mindset, and the actions of growing a large Optavia and business. I'm going to have several of your teammates speak tonight, sharing on that, because we just thought it was real important for you to see what is possible with Optavia. And I think what we see is that it is real easy to let fear and those negative voices in our head talk us out of what we really want. And so last week, if you missed it, we talked quite a bit about the power of mindset and our thoughts and what that leads to in terms of success in our business. So we'll be getting to that in a minute. First, just welcome you guys. We are Dee and Larry Korchin. We are very happy that you are with us tonight. And I know we have several new coaches joining us, and we are glad, whether you've been coaching for a day or for many years, we just want you to know what you're a part of with this team and with Optavia. And I just don't want to get caught at the end without time to go over a few administrative things. And then Larry's got a couple mid-month check-ins, and then we're going to get right to the topic. But I just want to remind you guys, next week is Memorial Day. Monday is Memorial Day, so we will not have a team call next Monday night. So enjoy that time with your family. And then I put a save the date in our coach group, but we've got 4 upcoming events for you guys. Been working with Susan Palace and with Meg Johnson, and we're planning some fun things starting with a week from this Thursday is some personal development. It's going to be with Amy Kemp, who is a habit finder coach. This is for no charge to you guys. 5 strategies to work less, get more done, and actually enjoy the journey. Amy is incredible, so that will be a special hour with her. And then on Saturday the 30th, we're going to do a national trilogy again, like we did at the end of March. So that's going to be an event where you can invite clients. We're doing it on May 30th so that you can continue to offer them. There'll be that sense of urgency for people to take advantage of the discount that we're offering in May. And then also bring your coach candidates to that, because we're going to do something new, and we're actually going to offer some new coach training that starts the following week with a new coach orientation. So May 28th and May 30th are the immediate dates for you guys to keep in mind. And then watch your email. I don't know if you saw from Optavia, but they put a save the date out for Saturday, July 25th. This is the week of convention that was canceled due to COVID, but they've got some online stuff for us planned. So check your email for that.
Well, great. All right. So I have the mid-month report. Just touching base with everybody. We are at mid-month, and it's a big month because, again, we have 2 major things going on this month. First of all, we still have that discounted rate for our clients, our new clients. So, again, a great opportunity to continue to just get out there and, again, give that incentive out to our clients. And then because of the fact that we are in May, if you remember, and I thank Lori Cole, we were speaking earlier today, I thank her for reminding us, we had a big month last month. So what does that mean? That means we have a lot of orders that are going to go through probably the latter half of this month, starting now through the end of the month. What we may want to do, if you have sensitive clients, and you know what sensitive means, right? Any little thing is going to set them off. You may want to move up their order. Okay, so if they're, maybe 2 days, 3 days, depending on the client. But again, you may want to move up their order and work with them to do that, because there's going to be a lot of volume, not just from last month, but also with the current incentive that's out there. Now, I know Optavia is preparing for it, but we know, again, just record numbers last month, and we'll see record numbers this month. So that dog is all about that too. So again, just something to think about. And again, from a servicing perspective, one last thing as far as mid-month, just remember consistency is key. And one reminder, several of you have seen probably texts from me regarding Premier orders that have gotten kicked, okay? Kicked usually for a credit card in the morning. I've been doing that because, one, late last year, we had some problems whereby the system wasn't sending notices to everybody, letting them know they had an order that was kicked. So I've just continued to start doing, keep doing that for us. But I'd like you to share with all your coaches, okay? They may not be on the call, but remind them that in the morning they should be checking their emails to see if anything kicked, and they could also run their Premier report to see if there's anything in there for that current date. So for example, today's the 18th. If you woke up this morning and looked at the Premier report and there was something for the next Premier date of the 18th, that means it did not go, because again, they go overnight. So again, an opportunity for you to work there, because we would hate to lose any business as a result of that. So that's the mid-month report. Back to you, Dee.
Awesome. And actually, yeah, Larry checks that. You'd be surprised at the volume of people, but just because of credit card fraud and whatever, how many people need to update their credit card information. And so we never, like Larry said, want to leave any stone unturned. So just another thing to kind of check for yourselves, because it can affect your rank, your volumes, as well as the clients not getting their orders. We've had many situations where clients didn't even realize it didn't go through. They just assumed it was going to.
So again, have that trickle down to your coaches.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk to 3 different individuals tonight, actually 4, because one is a couple, 3 different individuals that are growing, have a mindset, and are actively growing a large Optavia business. These are not the only 3 that are doing it, but there's just 3 that we selected to speak tonight. You know that Larry and I are presidential directors. We work hard and we work consistently on our business, and the benefits are incredible. And we want for you guys to really see from other people and to hear other people's experience with what they're doing, what their mindset is, what they want from this business, and then what do they do on a consistent basis. And all of these individuals, the 3 different groups of people that we're going to have speak, all have either left a high-paying career or are in the process of working down, have already gone part-time in that high-paying career, etc. And we know that, you know, that may or may not be your dream, but one thing I do want to point out is that when I came to Optavia, you know, I really just wanted to help a couple people. And I thought, if I make $1,000 a month, that would make me happy. And I could have stayed at 1,000, but the picture just kept getting painted a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger, till it grew into something incredible for us. So wherever you're sitting, I just hope that you'll listen with an open mind, because you just never know what's possible for you and what somebody may share that will make a difference for you. So I thought we'd kick off first with Lauren Yeomans. Lauren, you can have a few minutes just to share with us your story, your vision, and you're a busy mama with a newborn baby. So how are you making this happen?
Hey, well, thanks for letting me share tonight. And for those of you who don't know me, I have been coaching for a little over 2 years, and I started coaching pretty early on in my journey. So I was about 4 weeks into my health journey when I started coaching, and I started with a goal of helping 5 people. I was like, that would be awesome. Like, I would love to help 5 people. I went to my first event and I got a vision casted to do a little more than that. And I was like, okay, I'd love to make $2,000 in about 4 months or so. Well, that happened quicker than I anticipated. And then I was working full-time as a nurse practitioner at the time. And I kind of want to go over tonight kind of the 10 things that I feel like have really impacted my business. And the first thing is related to that. So something that Dee and Meg continued to talk to me about was giving up the good for the great, and kind of something that Dee just mentioned. So I was making a great income. I loved my job as a nurse practitioner, but something was missing, and that was time with my family. And so as the business continued to grow, I really caught a vision of like, I could have that. I could have time with my family and still make the income that I'm making. And so, but it took a lot of conversations, and it was hard. It was coming out of my comfort zone to give up a job that I loved for something that wasn't guaranteed, you know. And anyway, a lot of conversations around that, a lot of mentorship, but I ended up leaving my full-time job. It'll be almost a year ago that I left full-time, and so thankful that I did. And second thing that I would say has been a big impact for me is that I am not personally responsible for my coach's success or my client's success, because I think sometimes we can take it on ourselves that, oh, I did something wrong. They didn't succeed because I did something wrong. That is not true. That is not true. You know, and so I think I've had to find that with my coaches, with my clients, that, you know what, I'm going to do everything in my power. I'm going to call them like I should, but I'm not going to take that responsibility upon myself if they don't reorder. You know, that's not my That's not my fault that that happened. And the third thing is to think long game. So this is something Dee mentions a lot, but I think that even, let's say you put something on your map and you are working for it. It's kind of a stretch goal maybe, but you're working, and you don't hit it 1 month. Do not stop because of that. Keep going. You're going to hit it next month or the next month. It doesn't matter. We're in this for the long game, and you're going to get there. If you just keep doing the steps, keep staying consistent, you're going to get there. And there were many months that I did not hit a goal, but I just kept going because I knew that I would. And I'm still working towards goals that I've been working towards for months. And the fourth thing that I think Larry already mentioned is consistency is key. And I think consistency is key regardless of outcome. Regardless of if you're being consistent, and you have 10 new clients 1 month, or you're being consistent, and you have 0 new clients. Keep being consistent because those 10 clients will come. And the fifth thing is the importance of structure and pivoting when needed. And so like Dee talked about, yes, I'm a mom to a 2-month-old and a 3-year-old in quarantine, running a business. There are a lot of things going around, but if I didn't have structure, I would not have grown the business that I have. And a lot of times it takes figuring out what works, and that's okay. That's the beauty of having a business of your own, is that you can do that, but structure is really important. And then the sixth thing was actually something that stuck out to me the most from Business Momentum. And that was that someone else's freedom is on the other side of my fear. And I think that has, like, literally, that's something that's been on my heart every single day when I am a little fearful or timid of talking to someone about coaching, because I've mentioned it 5 times and they've said no every time. And what if they say no again? Well, chances are they might, but that's okay. Just keep sharing, because the gift that we have, they don't know what they don't know, and their freedom could be on the other side of that ask. So just, continuing, whether it's a vulnerable post or whatever it is, continuing to share your heart. The 8th thing is dreaming. So those of you who know me well, I love to dream, and I always like to have a 1-month goal, a 3-month goal, a 6-month goal, and a year goal. Because if I don't know, just like when we talk about with our clients in the beginning, the why behind what we're doing, if we don't know what our dreams are, what our vision are, or where we're wanting to go, we're not going to get there. And they say you're 80% more likely to reach your goal or your dream if you're writing it down. And so I think that is a huge part of, I think, why I've seen success, is that I just keep wanting and dreaming for more. And the 9th thing is the importance of follow-up. And that's with clients, that's with potential coaches. Just like I said, yes, I have had clients tell me no to coaching 10 times or more, and then said yes, maybe the 11th or the 12th time. That happens to all of us. It's not just you. And so, and I love sharing about a story of one of my clients that she told me, anyway, we did a health assessment. She's one of my first health assessments. I stayed in touch with her every week or 2 for months. And she told me twice during that time that she was going to sign up, and she didn't. She ghosted me. And she ended up signing up 7 months later. And now she's down over 100 pounds, and her whole life is completely changed. And I'm hoping she's going to coach soon. I've probably asked her 10 times about coaching. So just know, and she told me once, Lauren, thank you for never giving up on me. And it just brought me to tears, because that's what we need to do. We need to not give up on the people that we've had that connection with. And then the last thing, number 10, is casting vision. And so I think casting vision, like I kind of said earlier with dreaming, but casting vision for yourself and for your business, but also for your clients and your coaches. So getting really good at, during those health assessment calls, casting that vision and waking them to what's possible for their own life, their own health, and then awakening them to what's possible with coaching. And I think probably the biggest, number 7, oh, sorry, I didn't share that one. Number 7 was sharing my journey and being vulnerable. And that also comes with not being afraid of the fear. And real quick, I might be out of time, but kind of just some key fundamentals. One is doing my map. So consistently doing a map. And now I even use a whiteboard, because my map is a little bit small for what I need to write. So I use a whiteboard too. And I love doing that, writing potential coaches, potential clients, just being very structured in there. Talked about dream building. The third one is mentorship. So plug into your mentorship team. That's what they're there for. And doing a weekly coach call, or however much you feel like you need to talk with them. And then 4 is sharing about coaching early and often. So I had a huge mindset shift at my first convention. I went and at the time I had one coach and that person had one client, and that client stopped stopped doing the program. And I was kind of like in this place where I felt a little stuck, and Dee like dragged me to convention pretty much. I had every excuse in the book. I almost didn't go. And I was like blown away at convention, and came back and just had this huge heart and passion for sharing coaching, not just sharing about the client, but being about a client, but sharing about coaching. And I think that's what's really translated through my business, is that heart and love and passion for sharing this gift that we have to coach. And that comes into the last thing, is just attending events and training. So if there's something that you can attend, do it, because you will not regret it. You will learn so much. You will come out stronger personally. Your business will be stronger. You'll have a stronger sense of community. And the last thing, I know I already said one last thing, but it's just to have fun. Just enjoy it, have fun, and just keep going towards what you want. That's all.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm not even going to recap because that was so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been fun to be a part of your journey. And yeah, it was, you talk about not being fear. Calling Lauren over and over again to say, I really think you need to come to convention with us. There was fear in me, but I knew it was worth it because I knew her freedom was on the other side. So awesome. Awesome. Well, we are going to move right over to Lisa Bloom. Lisa is also a busy person. She is a single mom of 2 girls. One is just graduated from high school. And Lisa, we would love to hear from you a little bit too. 3 girls, I'm sorry, 2 at home right now, to hear from you, Lisa. So take it away.
Okay. Thanks, Dee. Yeah. 3 girls, 3 grandchildren, 2 dogs, now a little puppy. I was covered in puppy poop today. Bring him over. It's kind of crazy over here. There he is. Say hi to Atlas. So I think, Dee, a lot of people know the story, but some of the newer coaches don't. But you and I have known each other a long time. And when we reconnected at a social event and talked about coaching, I was on the lookout for an opportunity. I wanted something that I could do on my own. And I thought I was a life and leadership coach at the time. And you guys, the irony is that you don't have to be a certified coach to be an Optavia coach. So don't take that. But I wanted something. I think I've always had an entrepreneur's heart, but I've never been able to find a way to have that for myself. I hated the 9 to 5. I hated having to be on somebody else's clock. I hated having to show up just to be there, to be in meetings. And I knew personally that I could get a heck of a lot more done in a shorter span of time. And then I wanted to use the rest of that time for myself. So in walked Dee, already in my life, but in a bigger way, and said, well, let's talk about what I've got here. And so we met, and I not instantly, of course I did my research, but fast forward to buying my coach kit and then having the call with Susan Palace to the coach meet and greet. And I said, I'm going to replace my income in a year. And I didn't, but I knew it was possible. So I, from that moment, started looking for a way to leave my corporate job. And I went to convention 3 weeks later. It was my first convention, and learned so much from it. And so some of the things I learned, Lauren, your list was like, I could just basically go through and say, here are the things, right, that we have to do. I think some of the biggest things I learned, Jamil Frazier said, he wakes up every day and says, somebody's life is going to be changed today because they met me. And so I wake up every morning and say, who can I serve today? How can I expand my territory, right? And not my sales territory, but the territory of lives that I can change and impact and help through this gift that we have, whether it's health or finances or mindset or all of the above, right? I say all the time, my coaches are going to roll their eyes. Everybody needs Optavia. They just don't know it yet. everybody needs Optavia, because I came to this, I don't have a weight loss story. I have a health story. I regained my health, my life. And that was the other thing I learned, is that when we are in integrity with our own health, our business grows. I went back on the 5-in-1 a few weeks ago, and my business exploded in that week because I showed up differently. Because when you feel good, when you feel healthy and you have that energy, you show up for your clients differently, you show up for your prospects differently, and you just show up to the world differently. My family, everybody felt the difference. And so I think the other thing, I think the biggest thing for me is that I knew that in order to grow a business, I had to grow myself, and I couldn't do that alone. And one of the things I was reading through my notes at convention, one of the things was you are in business, you have a business, or I don't remember the exact wording, but it's basically you have a business for yourself, but you're not in it by yourself. So lean into your mentorship. Don't be a lone ranger. And I'm the lone ranger type. Like I'm going to just go and do. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, Dee, can you help me here? Because I'm out of my depth. So don't feel like you are in this alone. This team, this support we have around us. I reached out to Meg. I reached out to Lauren. I mean, they were big supports in the beginning of my business and helped me and inspired me. So there are a lot of people on this journey with you guys. And then investing in yourself and your own development, for me, that has been critical. And Amy Kemp, who's coming to talk to all of us, she has been my personal coach for many, many months. And I've invested in other opportunities to grow. And I believe, hands down, these are the reasons that I've been able to build my business as much as I have been able to, because I've invested in growing myself so that I could show up better for my coaches and my clients.
Thank you, Lisa. That was awesome. Lisa's had a busy couple of weeks. She's had some family, some personal issues, and asked her to speak tonight. And she said, I don't know if I'm prepared, but she came across very prepared as always. And so that is a real sign of a leader. So thank you for that. Some really, really good tips that just complemented what Lauren said already. So thank you, Lisa. It's awesome to partner with you. Awesome. And I'm real excited next. Larry and I are excited to have Shauna and Frank share with us. You guys all know them, and they are rapidly growing their business. So step right up, you guys. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks so much. It's so hard to follow you girls. You were amazing. Some of the things that we had to shift in our thinking to grow a big business is to take it from hobby to business. And I came into this with a very hobby mentality and just wanted to have some fun, make some friends, and make a little bit of money that I could go to TJ Maxx and shop. So that had to shift for us when we decided we were going to do this together and that we were going to do it big. So our morning routines changed. I get up in the morning, I have my quiet time, and then it's business. I check my emails and my social media and things like that. And it's every day. So I had to make that commitment to not kind of waver over here, because I'm kind of a fly by the seat of my pants person. So getting that structure and that calendar together and that, you know, that daily commitment to the business was key for me. When I put my vision board on my wall, that was game changer for me, because I thought it was kind of hokey when all of y'all started doing it. And I thought, well, gosh, I'm finally going to just do it. And I played with it, and it kind of evolved. And now when I look at that vision board, y'all, I know we're going to have those things, because we've already pulled a couple of things off of it. So, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that even the big things up there are going to be ours one day. So that's going from hobby to business again. Mentors, oh my gosh, you guys nailed it. We ask to get into our mentors' calendar. We don't wait for them to come to us. We ask to get into their calendar every month. And sometimes it's multiple times a month. For us, that totally turned our business around when we started counseling with our mentorship team, because we don't know everything. And we might have thought we did, but we don't. So that was key for us. We attend everything. If we're not there, you know something's wrong. We're going to be at everything that we can get to. This night, Monday night, from 7:28 on, that's training. That's a block in our calendar that we don't alter. And so, you know, that was taking us from hobby to business. And then any training that we can attend, we're going to be there. Mistakes you're going to make, We've made plenty of them, but learn from them. Always learn from your mistakes and grow from them. And, ask your mentorship team, how can I change this? Or what can I learn from this? Or how can I evolve from this? And then Doug Wood says something that's pretty powerful. Draw a line in the sand and decide which side you're going to be on. Are you going to be over here? This is fun. We're playing around. We're making a little bit of money and it's cute. Or are you going to step across the line and have a big business? And we want this to be our support system for when we age. We want to travel the world. We want to leave a legacy for our kids. So we decided to step across that line and get bold and put our fears to the side, because I had a bunch of them. And that's kind of where, and Frank's going to share some things with you.
Yeah. So I could stop right here and right now. I mean, what Lauren said, what Lisa said, and of course, what my awesome coach and wife said. Okay. So you guys have just said it all. But Shauna's right. Early on, very early on, we made a decision. Is this going to be a hobby or is this going to be a business? And we decided it was going to be a business. And so then we had two more questions we had to ask ourselves. And one was, if this is going to be a big business, what are we willing to do? And what are we willing to give up? We had to answer those questions. And we knew we had to be willing to face our fears. We had to be willing to talk on Zoom calls like this. We had to be willing to talk in front of a group. We had to be willing to reach out and talk to people we didn't know or that scared us, or maybe that was on our chicken list. And we had to be willing to work consistently, persistently, daily, every single day without skipping a day. Those are things that we had to be willing to do. And then we have to ask ourselves, what were we willing to give up? I bought a fishing license over a year ago, and I have not been fishing, not one time. Not one time. So I have to be willing to give up things that didn't get us where we wanted to go, whether that was fishing or whether that was our favorite TV show, or maybe that was hanging out even with some family or friends that wasn't supportive of us, or maybe just wasn't getting us where we wanted to go in life. So we had to make those tough decisions, and we did that for us. Something else we had to learn to do is we had to learn to work together as a couple. And that's not always been easy. It's not always been pretty. But now we figured it out. We kind of each have our own lane. She has her clients, I have my clients, and yes, I do overlap and we help each other, but we're supporting each other. And Shauna's my coach officially, but she's also my coach. She's taught me everything I know how to do, from the client calls to follow-ups, along with my mentorship, but she's taught me everything. So we have to learn to work together. And then finally, what did I get from Business and Momentum 2020? That was the war board. And right over here on this wall, you guys can't see it, but there's a huge whiteboard over there. It's about 4 foot by 5 foot. It's huge, takes up the whole wall. And we can walk into our office now every day, and we can see all our coaches. We can see potential coaches and senior coaches and people that are active and people that are not active. And what that allows us to do, it tells us where we need to work. Because not only are we willing to work hard, but we need to work smart. And when you have a big business, you got to stay structured, you got to stay disciplined, and you've got to start working smart. Now, we love all our clients and we love all our coaches, but we need to invest our time smartly. And finally, I like what Lauren said, you got to have fun with this business. We learned finally to have fun. Initially, we didn't. Initially, it was burdensome. Initially, it was hard. It was stressful. But now it's fun. We are having so much fun. It's fun to talk to clients. It's fun to talk to coaches. It's fun to interact. We are having so much fun. And this is our future, and we're excited for it. Thank you, Dee and Larry.
Thank you, Frank and Shauna. And, just guys, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Just some great wisdom from just some of your peers and colleagues here on the team. And again, it's about pouring into each other and sharing these kind of things. That's why we do this each and every Monday night. So again, thank you to, again, Lauren, Lisa, Frank, and Shauna, just again for putting your thoughts together and providing that to us tonight. As I mentioned earlier, it's all about consistency. This is the last meeting of the month of May.
Hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. But one of the things we want to, is it? What's the month end?
On a Sunday, May 31st. I think.
Is it? Okay. Sorry. I thought it was. But anyway, the point is that, again, wrapping up another big month here with our businesses. And again, if you can if anything comes up, please use your mentorship and elevate it so everybody can help you and be the best you can this month. We love you guys, and consistency is key. That's one other thing I mentioned earlier, but again, a little bit every day really helps grow your business. So love you. We got Dr. A after this and the rest of our meetings. You guys have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All
Bye.
right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Love
Bye.
you. Bye.